Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm for episode 16 with me, MrSealyp. I am up on field 37, up on the northern part of the map, up by Raiffeisen sell point, and that's the little Raiffeisen farm. Now, whilst these crops all look like they are ready to harvest, they are not. They are still showing as their final growth stage. So what I'm going to do is get over these and give them another spray, just so I can get the best yield I possibly can out of them for this year. And because I've gone into the next day, it's gone to the next growth cycle, so it's allowing me to. I'll do the field next door as well, which is also mine, field 36. I will also do the grass fields. They all need a bit of a going over. And I am thinking of maybe doing some silage bales to make some money as well. I'm very conscious of the fact, mind you, they're going to take time to ferment, aren't they? By the time they've fermented, mind you, it might still work. I'm just trying to think. But if I do silage bales, I might lease the square bale wrapper, because I've got a square baler, and my auto load bale trailer is for square bales. I might well do that. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud again. And then what will happen is, if I make them today and they ferment, because each day works out about a month, fingers crossed, by autumn 1 they might be fermented and I'll make more money selling them. And the good point about that being, that will then offset some of the costs of leasing the combine harvester and that kind of thing. I know I've still got 322,000 in the bank, but I'm terrified over autumn of that money really dwindling. Until I can get to winter and start doing some logging again and making some money back. Because these crops, when I do harvest them, I don't think I'm going to sell them all. I want to put them in storage because I want to be ready for next year for buying pigs and cows. So I'm kind of a bit of a dilemma, really. I have a lot of these dilemmas. Big decisions to make. Seasons is not as straightforward and easy as you first think. You do really have to plan all sorts of stuff, which I haven't really, but so what we'll do, just stop there just 1 second, just have a sit in the crops as you do. If I look at my soil composition now, up on field 37, because I bought that, if I put my soil composition and ploughing on, both of those will need ploughing after they've been harvested. Because I bought them, they weren't, so that's one of those things. I will get 2 sprays on these, so I'll get a better yield than I would have originally. That one's now done. I'm on 36. I also need to come down. 26 is a grass field. That one I'm going to do 2. 93 is a grass field. I'm going to do that one as well. And then 91 and 92, both there are grass fields. So at least all of my grass will be at maximum yield I can get out of them. 57 that I bought in the last episode, I can give that another spray too. Because if I now scroll across to growth, they are all still growing. Nothing is ready to harvest yet. So whilst they look like they're ready to harvest, they're not. But that's not a problem. I say that a lot. I normally say that's not a problem, when in my head I'm thinking that's a bit of a problem, and I'm trying to work my way around how I'm going to solve the problem. And it's all good, it's all good. I'm just really conscious. If you look now, actually, is that forecast change? Oh no, that's right. My autumn should be fine, although the temperature is going to drop. There's no rain, so even when I hit autumn 1, and these fields should be ready, hopefully I won't have any rain, so I can get my harvest in. It's winter, it looks like it's going to rain. No snow. Very disappointing. I am, of course, looking forward to hitting autumn 1 and the trees starting to change colour and that kind of thing, that's going to be brilliant. That's the beauty of the Seasons mod. That's what I think, you know, as well as all the changes that make it really realistic. It's that change around you, your environment adapting and changing. Now this setup, I have to say, if you've watched all of this Let's Play, you'll know about this, but if you're new to it and you haven't seen this before, I've got the Kuhn, is it Deltis or the Metris? Let me just check. I can never remember what I've got. The Deltis 1302 sprayer, which will go on 23-point linkage, but if you couple it with this tank, which is from Vanquish 081, I believe, you can really increase the capacity of this whole unit. And the Holland Terra variant 600 Eco is just brilliant. Right, I'm going off to do some grass fields now. Now I just went to spray field 26 and it hasn't gone to the next stage, so I can't put any spray on that yet. I'm slightly worried, and this may be the whole Seasons thing playing with my head, but normally when you play, when it gets to this, when you've got this browny colour on all of the crops, it's ready to harvest. And I really am quite concerned. I might have to do a test in a minute, but this is field 27. Now that looks withered to me. That looks like it's gone past. No, it's still saying it's not fully grown. It doesn't say withered or anything. And that should be right. I just don't know if it's the textures and stuff have changed because it's Seasons, but that's really panicked me. I suddenly thought, oh, what if mine's tripped out and it's showing one step behind. This is now actually withered, but it's saying it's not. Whoa, it's a concern. Now, while I was just over here, actually, that being said, one of the locals stopped by, just have a chat, welcome me to the area. I've been doing quite a bit of work, but I've been kind of mainly the southern side and the southwest, and a little bit over on the northwest. I haven't really been up this side very much. And Raiffeisen Farm, which is just there, is also part of my kind of inheritance. It's abandoned, really, but I have just been told that the previous occupants left some stuff behind, which is good to know. So I'm just going to whiz over there and have a look and see what they've left behind, if anything. Then I'll try and get down to fields 92 and 90. I keep saying 92 and 93. It could be 91 and 92. I don't know why I keep saying that. Yeah, 91 and 92. I don't know why I say 92 and 93. Anyway, that's irrelevant, really. So Raiffeisen, I'm going to call it Raiffeisen Farm. I don't think that's actually a name. It's just one of the farms. The Raiffeisen sell point is just there, so that's kind of why I've said that. I went up here on the first look, and I love this little farm. It's pretty cool. So, what have they left? Loads of stuff. Wow. They obviously mix a lot of cement over here. There's lots of cement mixers. Maybe they just collected them like people collect model tractors or something like that. Lots of stuff just been left. Could do with being tidied up, actually. What else have we got? IPCs. Ooh. I wonder how you would get up there. There's no ladder. What else have we got? Oh, hey, straw cell point. I forgot about that. And silos. Ah, because I put the silos in over at the other farm. But this is where the silo is. For storage. Okay. What else have we got? Are these open? Nope. I'm rubbish at this. Don't judge. I will take this out actually. Oh, never mind. Workshop. Oh. Fiatagri TS 115. That's the 115 turbo. Stole front loader. Actually, let's open this. Nice. I didn't even know there was a workshop up here. Oh, the ball's rolling. Oops. Rubbish. Rubbish. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a workshop here. I must have missed that when I did the first look. I suppose because I assumed these doors didn't open. Well. We did need... How fortuitous. And we did need a smaller tractor for a bit of work around the yard and stuff like that. Spraying and whatnot. That basket boys drive me bonkers. Right, let's put you down somewhere where you're not going to go anywhere. If I place you down, then maybe you won't roll. Stay, Wilson. Right, let's close that up. Well, I'm glad I listened to the local. I'm saying I'll leave that open. No, I better not, just in case someone comes up here. I don't know what the situation's like with wandering bands of thieves. I hope it's not like the West Coast. Well, there we go. Nice. New tractor for the farm. Now, what I will do is leave that there for one of my workers to come and grab. They can get over to the farm. I don't think I've got any front loader attachments at all. I bought the JCB bucket. I've now got the lifter, the small conveyor at the sheep, but that will come in handy. I will need to get some bits for that, I think, then. Some various different attachments. I do like these drum weights. They're pretty cool, I have to say. I know there are loads of weight packages available in the mod hub, and generally with the weights I just kind of stick with the standard ones in game. I don't often kind of go off piste and choose anything different, but that's just the way my mind works, I guess. Okay, well, that's good news. Happy days. Get the beacons on because I need to do a bit of travelling. And we'll go around to the left this way, past Raiffeisen, down the eastern side of the map. I've been down here a couple of times, but not very often. So that's my field 26, grass field. I sprayed that in the last episode. I can't remember if I showed it or did it off screen. It's interesting that most of the grass fields are fenced in. There aren't many that aren't. Yeah, so both my fields here. This is doing my head in. It really does look like they're ready to go. Can I hold my nerve? Problem is, if I leave it another day and then they wither and it won't let me harvest them. But then if I lease a harvester and it won't let me do them now, then I've got those leasing costs into another day. I'm so stressed right now. Seasons mod. Oh. I was also asked the other day to do more in cab. I have mentioned that a few times before. I do bits every now and again. I try and chop and change between the two. I do like to see the scenery and enjoy the map. Oh, that went a bit laggy. That was weird. I've never been a kind of in-cab person when I play the game. I should do it more. I really should. Right, let's see. Has this gone to another growth stage or not? I don't think it has, you know. That's frustrating. I was hoping to get another cut out of this year, but maybe in autumn it'll be ready. So I might just give us another day. Is that changing colour? It is changing colour. Cool, that's alright. Wasn't just me imagining things then, that's good. Beacons off. Cruise control on. Brilliant, so I'll do the same here. Field 62 was one that I bought a few episodes back now and grassed myself, but I'm now thinking I've got quite a lot of grass fields that I can utilise, but it doesn't matter. It's a little plot. Unlike me, who most of the time has lost the plot. Right, you've seen me spray before. You don't need to see it again. So when this is done, I need to think of another job. I'm going to have another day where I sit around doing nothing. I suppose that's the problem. I haven't got so much going on the farm yet that I can keep myself that occupied. And like I said in the early episodes, it's when you reach that tipping point where the farm starts to really take off, and then you haven't got enough hours in the day to get everything done. And I suppose this time of year, and probably in the winter, if you haven't got any actual fieldwork jobs to do, it's when farmers would then spend time repairing vehicles, repairing fences, you know, any of the odd jobs around the farm they can't do when they're very busy, that they then try and fit in around other stuff. And I suppose if you've got a farm with livestock, there'd be the everyday feeding of those animals, and I suppose vets coming out, and there's a whole host of jobs. Didn't quite do that tight enough. Well, that's 91 and 92 complete. Now, I've used this quite a bit, and the worker, one of my workers, has brought down Fiatagri. So, I'm going to use that next, I think, to do field 57 if I can. I'll have to think as well. I just want to check something. So I'm thinking when it comes to harvest time, if I get the grain back, oh, it does hook up, brilliant. If I get the grain back for the Holland variant and then hook that up to the trailer, that'll give me a much better load capacity for unloading harvesters. So that's probably not a bad idea. Right, now if I'm going to use this, I don't want to destroy any crops, so I'm going to need to put some narrows on this. Okay, so customise TS115 turbo, Fiatagri, wide tyres, narrows. Brilliant. Customise. £800. It's outrageous. Ooh. Doesn't look too bad actually, fenders all round. I was really worried when I did the guide tour on this that with narrows it would look really weird with the fenders, mud guards, whatever you want to call them, but it's alright actually. Okay. The weight's going to need to be in the front. I'm not doing things the right way anyway, is there? Right, I'm going to go and grab the fertiliser spreader. I could of course have just hooked up the sprayer that I was just using, so rather than use the whole big tank thing, but I haven't used this for a little while. Now I'm hoping as well that the tracks on this are narrow and therefore won't destroy the crops either. So this is going to be a little bit of a test really. Worrying times. It does also mean something with narrows on it like this means I don't have to keep getting the Terra variant out every single time. It's a big vehicle, and for some of the smaller, tighter fields it might be easier to use a smaller tractor like this anyway. Now this should be just 2 passes, because this has got a huge spread on it, if I recall correctly. This is 36 metres, isn't it? Something like that? Yeah. It's alright, it's not destroying the crops. I was so busy looking at the spread of the fertiliser, I didn't even think about the crops until I'd already driven in. Don't want a repeat of my sugar beet field, do I? Not really. I might just go up here with the ray board actually and clear some of the trees in this field, because that's quite tight actually. Perfect. Now this tank is a 10,000 litre capacity, down to 3,000, so it's only topping up by Mr. Load. So busy talking. And checking the map and soon find out. So, growth, soil composition, turn that off. Field 57, did I miss any? That's looking pretty good. Now 93 I'm hoping should allow me to do as well. Fingers crossed. So then with a bit of luck, if I did want to do silage bales, a 57, 93 and 26 would probably be enough. That'd get me quite a few silage bales, I think. Maybe that's what comes next. While I've got the summer weather, the grass will be dry enough that that'll work. I'm looking from inside, not bad at all. Ah, this was something I missed when I did the guide too. I've got a lot of people mentioning this. Let me just stop there. Beacons on. When you put the beacons on, that light comes on there. I missed that. Beacons off, beacons on. I apologise for that. Probably a car right behind me now, so I just can't see in my mirrors because that trailer's so big. So this field here, just to the left, by the pig farm, that's the one I want to do now. Can't tell if the ground looks dark already. That's not changing colour, is it? Nope. That's not going to take another spray now. Never mind. Okay, well I might get away with it in autumn 1, maybe. That's all of them then. That's everything I can do at the moment. Now the poplars that I planted, something I forgot. And I think, again I can't remember if I mentioned this or not. If I'm repeating myself I do apologise. They take 3 years, so 3 complete cycles to grow fully. The same as when you plant trees, which would be realistic for, you know, real life. It wouldn't take 3 years for a tree to fully grow. It could take far longer than that. But planting these, I still had my old farming simulator head on, thinking, "Ah, brilliant, we'll get poplars." I'm not sure how long this Let's Play will go on for. I want to do a complete year, probably into the 2nd year, because I want to get more animals and that kind of thing to show, after the 1st year, kind of set myself up how that would help me moving into the next year. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing this for 3 complete year cycles in order to see those grow, so that may unfortunately have been a bit of a waste of time, but we will see. Try and stay off the crops if I can. Actually, that could probably do a spraying, couldn't it? Nope, that's the same, doesn't require anything. Okay, well, there we go, that's job's done then. I'm probably back in that same situation again then. It's 6:53 in the morning. The only thing to do now then is going to be do those silage bales, which is more mowing, which you don't need to see. The baling you probably don't need to see, but the bale wrapping, if I'm going to lease the square bale wrapper, that might be something pretty cool to watch. So I may jump ahead to that next. Well, this tractor worked very well for the one job it did on field 57. That was terrible. I thought I'd get over my short trailer demons, but apparently not. Right, this can park up as well then, because that's going to be used a fair bit now. Stick it under here. There's the New Holland. I mean, technically, it is the New Holland, isn't it? I mean, it's the Fiatagri version of the blue New Holland, so... Well, that is so much bigger, isn't it, the T8? Well, anyway, so... This isn't ready yet. That's going to need another growth cycle. They're all going to be ready at the same time. Right, I'm going to get off and get some mowing done then. Right, so it's now 9 o'clock in the morning. Fresh standard tyres back onto the Fiatagri, the TS115 Turbo, and I have leased the Kuhn SW4014 auto load square bale wrapper. This thing, I haven't used this for quite a while actually. I'm trying to rack my brains and think back to what map I used it on last. Now, when you lease it, buy it, whatever you're going to do with it, and I've leased it, It's in baling technology once you've got it, and you can choose the foil colour. So you can choose from white, black, pink, or kind of like a forest green type colour. I went for the forest green. It's very light, but it does the job perfectly. Now the other thing is, as you've already seen, the Krone Big M with the Krone Big Pack 120/80 baler is a very, very good combination. Such a good combination, in fact, that I got a little bit carried away. Not only did I do field 90... Hang on. Field 93 by the pigs. I did field... Well, I'm 26 here. I also did all over by field 56A, where I've got my sugar beet field that I mowed way back when. I thought I'll go for that, why not, there'll be a bit of growth. I've done 116 bales. Slightly more than I intended to do. I've wrapped all of them apart from this field now, so just the ones left here. But to be fair, this isn't a big field, and this was on 2 fertiliser states, and I got all of these grass bales out of it. I have to say, I'm really impressed. Anyway, without further ado, let's open up this awesome piece of kit. I love this. It gives you a little bit of leeway, I'll be honest. Not a huge amount of leeway. You have to kind of try and get it in fairly straight. If you don't, it goes a little bit wrong, but it picks it up, gives it a bit of a swirl, and wraps as it goes. It's a brilliant bit of kit. And the animations for the blades are just brilliant at the end. Awesome. Unload it and continue. Now, I'm going to do a little bit in cab because I get moaned at as well that I don't do enough in cab. So I thought, you know what? Now, getting this just right, I'll line it up just next to the bale, and I should be fine, I think, for picking it up. Not bad. I'm happy with that. So what I'll do then is take it and line it up for the next bale, and then I can unload as I pick the next one up, although this one's going to be quite a tight angle, I think. Let's see if I can get in a little bit tighter on that. Don't know if it will pick it up. Not too well. Ah, that's annoying. I thought I'd be alright with that, but maybe not. Maybe if I give the bale a bit of a nudge, that's a bit better. Perfect. Right. And so on. So I'm going to continue. Line up on the next one. Finish washing that wrap. Drop it. And pick up the next one. Not as perfect on that one, but never mind. And continue around the field. So, all really very good. I'm liking this little tractor. It's working very, very well. Awesome. Now this one's right in the corner. Again, it might be a bit of a tight angle to get on this, but let's try. No, right. Straighten that up a little bit. And then if I do what I did before, give that bale a little bit of a knock. That might do the trick. He says knocking it back round again. Brilliant. No, we might get away with it. There we go. Try not to end up in the hedge or fence, actually. Right, well, I will finish doing this. Then I'll have 116 silage bales. Not only the one I need to store them, then think about. I think they take about 24 hours. Actually, you know what? While I'm waiting, let's get out the Wopster and see what it says. 0.02%, 24 hours to go till they're fermented. That's interesting. That grass bale says 3,990 litres. They're supposed to be 4,000. Why is that less than... This one? 3,990. Why are they not 4,000 litres? I don't know. Right, okay. Carry on. So that is the last of 116 bales. Silage wrapped, complete. Fold this back up again. And that can go back in a moment. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to whiz over and show you the other bit, because that's, I mean, that looks good, but I'll show you. Hang on 1 second. So as I head up from 56 is there, 56A, my field is here. All this area up the top here. Here's the first of the bales. You look and think, okay. And then we come through, and there's a couple more dotted around the landscape. And you come over the ridge and you think, oh, okay, yeah. I can see there's a few more. It's all looking good. Done a bit, hasn't he? A few silage bales. See what I mean about, oh, I just lost the plot. I don't know what I was doing. I just drove around, smiling away to myself, and it just all went a little bit mad. Yeah, I did a few. But at the end of the day, once they're fully fermented, I'll store them at the farm, and then I can sell as many as I want. That wouldn't be a nice little earner. So a whole load more here, and then there's a whole load more around here. Oh dear, what was I thinking? Anyway, all mixed in amongst the bushes. They're dotted all over the place around here. So yes, there we go. Silage bales. I said I was going to do some. You didn't have to have the monotony of watching all of the mowing and the baling, and you didn't have to watch the monotony of all of this. Now I'm really baffled by this whole 3,990 litres. 3,995, that one. There must be some inconsistencies in the baler. That's fascinating, because I never knew that was even possible. But anyway, that's the end of another episode. I need to get all these loaded up, taken back. I'm not going to be using the Kotech bale forks for these, because I don't want to pierce them. But there we go. We're done. Another one. Wrapped up, literally. Haha. And finished. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.